Hi everyone, welcome back to Capes Corner Creation. We're back again, and I have these really cute spine dangles that I wanted to show you. And so these are some samples, and we're going to make a couple of these today. I hope you're all well. I find January the longest month of the year because of the weather, I think. So I'm trying to keep busy in the craft room as often as I can. So today I wanted to show you something that I had made before the holidays, and I didn't get a chance to make a video on it, but we're going to do that today because these particular items can be used year-round on any kind of a journal. I have some of these I want to show you that I used on the Christmas journal that I didn't use. I used others, but I didn't use these particular ones. And they're little sewing cards. If you have ever been around children, they have these little sewing cards that they learn to sew in and out stitches or simple stitching. And if you don't have a sewing machine, this is a great way to embellish your journaling cards because each one of these has a writing space on the back of them for journaling cards. Now the Christmas ones I wanted to show you particularly because these are great spine dangles. I'm going to use my working journal as a sample here. Let me raise this camera a little bit so you can see. Don't mind the mess on the desk. But you just pin these to the back of your journal. Make a spine dangle with them. I know this camera is really... There we go. So if you can see that, how it just clips to the back. Well, it'd be good if I put it on proper. Let's see. It needs to go this way. There we go. I have the journaling card on a ribbon and then on a piece of yarn on a ball pin and then on the clip. So it clips right to the back of your journal for a spine dangle. Now these can be used for journaling. They can be used for tags, a gift tag to and from. They can also be used as an ornament on your Christmas tree if you're using it at Christmas time. So they have a lot of purposes, and for any holiday or any gift, if you're giving a journal to someone, it's a great gift tag. Or if you're getting it even just for yourself to write down important information on your journal. So we have that one. You have this one here that, let me grab a clip. So I'll show you, just put it on here and then slip it on here. It's easy as that. This also gets so many uses. You can use so many different items. Like I've used yarn and charms and buttons and beads, and you can use all your little things that are sitting around you don't really know what to do with. So, and then this here card is just done in and out stitch all the way around. And the first one was on the outside, more of a round stitch around, rounded the corners, and made that one. And then I had, of course, writing space on the back. And there was this little round one. These are really cute. I enjoyed making these. And this one is sewed, all the way around. Journaling space on the back. And this one has beads and buttons, a little letter bead, and secured with a button on the back of there. So cute. And we have two others. I'll show you how cute they are. I know this working journal is not very pretty, so it doesn't do them justice, but with the right journal, they're really pretty. This is like a painted wooden button with some beads, and just so cute. So, and I have one more, and then we're going to go ahead and make a couple of these. Very easy. Like I said, if you don't have a sewing machine, this is a great project if you want to put some thread or embroidery on your journaling cards. So there we have it. So let's get started. Let's see now. I'm going to use some cardstock, some of this paper here. We'll start with a round one because I like to let's bring this camera back down here. There we go. I like the circles because they just, I don't know, I like the way they hang. They're really cute. Let's see where this is at here. So on some of them you can use paper on both sides of them. You could use it only on one side and leave writing space on your journaling card, but also sometimes you can use paper on both sides. Let me see that light one that you can actually write on, like this one here. This one here you can write on the back of it and decorate the front. So there you have it. So we're going to make a circle here. I think it's loud. And we're just going to glue these together. So, hope you all been busy in your craft world and making new things. This is a difficult time of year for some, but for others it's a new time to regenerate, as they say, regroup, and start again. So I'm trying to do that in my daily life, trying to pause in between things and not take on so much, but to complete more projects that I have started on and now I want to complete. So moving a little slower and giving more thought to my days. So I hope that it pays off. Okay, so now we have these two circles and we've glued them together. Now if you don't have this piece, which is a 2.5 inch, doesn't look that big, does it? I'm going to measure that. Hole punch. You can just put something down and draw a circle. Yeah, 2.5. You can use, like this mason jar and just a regular jar and draw the circle under it because it's just about the same size. Yep, and just draw a circle. So you don't really need the hole punch, you just need something to make a circle with. Now the other thing I do here now, after I put a little ink, distressed ink on there, now I'll put holes around. If you don't have this tiny, I have a very tiny punch here. Let's see. This one here. It's, it's tiny. I don't even know if it has a size on it. This is a Martha Stewart. I'm not sure of the size. It's a large needle hole. But you could use the large hole punch if you have just a regular hole punch for, regular things. Let me grab one. Most people have one of these. You can get these pretty cheap at your Goodwill or even at the dollar store, I imagine. They make bigger holes, but you could use a yarn like I did on some of the others, or double up on some kind of thread. Otherwise, you could also use, like put a piece of cork and a large sewing needle like a yarn needle. Let me show you here. If I can grab one. Like this. Oops, slipping right out of my hands. That is about the same size as this punch. So you could just mark it, push it through, you know, a cork, piece of cork or something, and you could get your holes like that. Any sharp tool that would make a little bit of a hole. Don't have to be perfect because, you know, these are junk journals and we're not set out to be perfect, but we're just going to try our best to bring the circles around. You could measure it if you choose to. I'm just going to try and do the best I can here with just punching and moving it around ever so slightly, and just, oh, now that one's a little close to the edge, so we're going to go up just a little bit, you know, and just put some holes all the way around. This is about, oh, let's measure so I can tell you here. It's about 1/4 of an inch apart from each other. So we're just going to go around. Oops. Now don't do like me and come too close to the edge. That's better. So I hope you're all well. Hope you're keeping busy. I've been very busy, but I move slow, so for some of you, I'm sure you think, oh, she didn't get much done, but I move slow, but I like to think I'm getting a lot done, but some days it feels like I don't get that far. I don't know if you have those days. We're almost there. Oh, might have to have 2 here. Oh, we'll just put 1. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. They're a little bit, a couple of them are a little wonky, but that's okay. Now you want to pick a thread that you like. You could use a piece of yarn, or you could use a piece of twine, a string, or some embroidery thread. So I'm going to go for that. I'm also going to use only a couple or 2 or 3 strands of embroidery thread, because you want to have a needle that fits through there, and also you want to have the needle fit through your buttons or your beads or whatever you choose to use along with that. Let's see here. I'll use some gray. That looks good. Now let's see here. Take this, open this up. I have all these materials, including this thread here, and my goal this year is to really use what I have, and I've been doing that right along with a few exceptions, but I did get some supplies for gifts, so that always helps. But there's things that I know I'll probably never use them unless I use them here, so I'm excited to see how many things I can use before I go and get more. Like, I have a whole bucket of this thread, all different colors, so hopefully I can use quite a bit of that somehow in these journals. Not like you use a lot of this thread, but not like paper, where we use abundance of paper. But it's good to have on hand, and you know, I'm glad that I can use it. Alright, so I'm going to use 3 strands of thread on here. Right, let's find a needle that fits not only in, see, like this one is a really fat needle, and it may fit through this card. Nope, it doesn't. So we have to find one that's smaller. That could be a tricky thing. because you think, oh, it doesn't look so big. Here's one. And this will fit through your punch. Now, here's another thing. If you're going to use some buttons, will it fit through the button? And it does. And through a bead. So let's grab a bead. Let me grab a bead. Now, you don't need to use buttons and beads. You could, just make them a string on the end and then put a, you could put a charm or whatever you may have in your possession. I kind of like this black one now. We got to find something that, like I said, that you can get your needle through. See, that one's not going. That's the tricky part. Okay, so I'm not thrilled with the selection here. So I'm going to go. And that's the other thing. I have all these beads. But I do make my own jewelry, so earrings and bracelets and such. And I had some of the grandkids were here today, and one of them was like, I want bracelets, and so, and I will get to that, and I'll get them to her as soon as I can. Let's see, maybe a little, let's see here. Of course, picking out beads is always challenging, because you get an idea and then think, well, will that color work? And I really like that on there. See if I have two of those. And I do, and they both fit through, yay. And how about this here? In between. And we're going to find buttons to work too, so it'll be cute. And one more of these. And one more. If I can grab it, my fingers are not liking these little bitty things, but there we go. All right. Put this back on here. I'm going to use beads, buttons. All right, now the sewing, let's see. First we're going to sew. And to thread your needle, and I need to put the glasses on. Oh, where are those? There we go. I think I can do without them, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm not threading the needle. It'd be better if I could see it. There we go. Oh. Okay, so the video will be 5 minutes longer than it should be because I can't see the needle. There we go. No, I can see it. It's just, the needle is small for that many threads. There we go. Okay, so you had to cut your yarn or not cut your thread or whatever you choose to use because you want to make it go around twice. Now, I hope this is long enough, but we're gonna see. Okay, so you want to start maybe at the one hole that wasn't as straight, and because we're going to add things to it, so I'm gonna go over here and use this one. Okay, so you're going to come in from the back, and you're going to come up. I don't know if this is going to be long enough. Oh, maybe it will. And we're going to just sew in and out. So up from the back, and then down from the front, and just go around stitching that like those little sewing cards for kids. This is just in and out, and then we're going to go back the other way and in the reverse to gather this space between the two, and I'll show you that in 1 second when we get around here. And that gives you a solid line all the way around. So, you know, it's just a little time consuming, but it's easy and it's fun, and they look really cute when they're done. And it's giving us a chance to use some of our other items in our craft cabinet. There we go. Almost there. I know, right? It'd be good if we could speed that up, but now we're going to come up here and go out here. Now see, these two are together. Now I'm going to take the other string that's longer and thread it onto the needle. Now we're going to come, let's see which one this is. You have to separate them here. Okay. So we don't want to go back the same way because then it will come out of the hole, but it goes into this next space here, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction, go the other way. And see how we have each space. It would work either way, I'm pretty sure, but you just have to go back and forth until you get the other spaces covered. And then you've had this really cute stitch all the way around that looks just as nice as if it was done on a machine. I do have a sewing machine, but I don't have room for it here, so I would have to use it in the kitchen, and then I would have to be in and out of here to do it, so I wouldn't be able to show you, you know, on camera unless I dismantle everything and take it with me, and that's just too much trouble. You know, I can't pop up and down like most, so that would be a lot of work. Alright, so there we have it. There you go. That's all done, all the way around. Looks good in the back, looks good in the front. Now we're going to put a button. Let's see. Let's cut these evenly. We're going to cut these evenly, and to start with, I'd like to put a bead. Now we're going to thread both these threads as one and put on this little bead cap. Now we're going to go, let's see, how are we going to do this? How do I do this? There we go. Oh, upside down. Of course. Of course, I would do that upside down. You know, there we have it. Sometimes things are like so obvious and then you still do it wrong. Okay. This has to go here. Get that in there. That is still not the right way. Still upside down. What am I doing? Okay, it has to go this way. It's called, it's totally dyslexic. Okay, there we go. Now, I'd like to put a button. So with the button, you're going to take your needle off and separate your threads. I'm using a button with 2 holes. That's what you want to use. And we're going to put that on there. And we're going to do the other side. And slip that on there. I can hear my grandkids laughing when they see me make a goof. You know, they're like, "Grammy, what are you doing?" I have one of them, one of the boys actually, loves this craft. So I may work with him a little bit. He's you know, he's little, but he's so inquisitive about everything. All right, there we go. And then we're going to put the threads back together and do another bead. I was going to use these, but decided not to. Oops. I don't put a lot on the bottom because I just want enough to give it a little dangle. But you can make these as long or as short as you would like, or put a whole string of beads on there. It's, you know, it's whatever you need at the moment, you know, for your book. Sometimes just a little bit. Sometimes a little bit is all it needs. There we go. I really like that with the button in the middle. So you get to use some of your vintage buttons. There we go. Now you're going to take that needle off. And we're just going to tie a knot at the bottom of that bead so it doesn't slip out. And, you know, there we go. And not too tight because you want it to dangle just a bit. So you push it down a little bit before we take and make that second knot. And then square knot there. There we go. Now, let's see how that hangs there. So cute, right? There we go. Perfect. Now, you can put a little drop of glue at the bottom so that it doesn't come out, and that's what I'm going to do with the Fabrifix. I'm just going to put a drop right here, like that. I'm going to push it down over the knot and just twirl it a bit. Then, push it down so that that bottom piece, it will have glue on it. That little piece of metal there, and it should stay put without a problem. Now, cut that. There. Now, on the top, you can do like we talked about and just punch a hole in here with something. If you don't have anything, you can always use whatever you have. You know, this good sized needle. You could use, you know, anything that cut to the tip of your scissor, anything that you can put a hole in there, like this here would put a little hole, and you could just wiggle it around. But I'm going to use, for this, I'm going to use the crocodile, and I'm going to use the large hole, and we're going to put an eyelet on there. Let's see where this is. Let's see, about there. Okay. So, right about here. There we go. Now, get a little eyelet. And because it's silver, we're going to go with silver. Let's see. These are cute because they look like little flowers. I don't know about that though. Maybe I like this one better. Like I said, if I can get my fingers in there. And then it's a debate, you know, which one do you like better? It's one of those things. I kind of like that little flowery thing. But I think I'll go with the other one. Keep it simple. Sometimes, you know, less is more. So we just push this into that hole. And we're just going to set this right on the little tool here. Push this up. And just squeeze. There. Oh, no, that didn't work out real great. Sometimes these, you know, they don't work out really the way you planned. So I have a little trick there. Let's see. It's called a hammer. So this is my, you know, my, what do you call it, hammer? I have no words today. I'm going to give a little tap, and then it's secure. Upholstery hammer, I suppose that's what that is. Now we're going to put another piece of string on here, and you can use, you know, something different. You can use the same string you have. I'm just going to go with the same one. Bring that up. Actually, I think I'm going to not. I'm going to use, you know, I'm going to just use the ball pin. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the black one. This is great. I found some of these, you know, I couldn't find any when I had gone to look for some, and then I went to the fabric department and they had every color. They have the black ones, the silver one, they have mixed colors. It was great. And I was like, what a jackpot that was. So yeah, I loved when I find things that I didn't really look for in that area, and then I find something that's like, wow, that's nice. Okay, so then we can just put this on here like so. Grab it, and there we have it. And you have writing space on the back, and you tag on the front. I can just put it on this jar so you can see. There you go. And also now we could put something on here. Let me grab my working journal. I'm so excited about this journal. I know, for some people it's like, it's not really that big a deal, but for me, it's a really big deal. And I'll tell you partly why. Having this at my hands, everything that I have at my hands, is because, I don't know, for some of you who have not been, you know, here with me that long, or haven't seen my videos, I am disabled, and I don't have the ability to hop up and run around. So I mean, I can do it. I can get up and I can walk, but it's difficult. So I have a harder time. So for me to have everything right next to me is a blessing, because I don't have to get up, you know, go here, go there to look for things. So when I made this little journal, it has been so helpful to me to have it at my, you know, right next to me, and I don't have to go through drawers or across the room, or, you know, things like that. So really, for me, this is a huge blessing. I hope that my idea here has, you know, benefited others as well to make one of these. And I'm still filling it. I have so much room here for more. But I'm enjoying using it, and I'm enjoying filling it. So it's been fun. So what else? I'm trying to find something else that might look really pretty here on there. Maybe a butterfly. Let's see. If we don't have one that works, we will make one that works, because that's fun too. Let's see. I don't really see anything in there. Okay, so let's see. What else we have? Birds. Maybe a flower. Let's see. I know this is when I kind of, you know, slow myself down here. Okay. I don't wanna bore you, but it's almost there. I like the pink. How about the pink? It's almost funny that I should have a plan, but I don't work that way. I work better just as I go. Probably take me less time if I had a plan, but I'm not in a hurry, and I don't have, you know, I don't have to hurry. So here we go. I like to tear that a little bit on the rough side so that we can put a little distress ink on there. There we go. Now, do we go with the pink? We already did the brown on the edge, so we'll stick with the brown. There we go. Just enough to help those white edges age a little bit. There we go. That's pretty. Put that there. And I like this little word, enjoy. So I'm going to take that little word. And there we go. Put these words back in the journal. That's the other thing for me, is it's helping me be more organized and keep my desk clean as I go as well, so that at the end of the day I don't have 9 million things on my desk that I don't need. So here we go. Tuck these words right in there, and I'm really enjoying that as well. When you're limited space and limited mobility, this is a fabulous craft for folks who have disability, or who can't really get around much, because you don't need to. You can work right at your desk and just stay in that space. There. I don't know if I like it like that. Maybe like this. Maybe over here. I think I like that better. The tall flowers kind of going off the page. Alright, so let's put some glue on there. There we go. And we'll put this one here. And there we have it. Actually, I could put something else on there, but I don't know. Kind of like it. I think maybe a little butterfly there. Sometimes you just can't stop. Let's see. Butterfly. Now, what color could we use? Let's see. I had a little scrap paper earlier. Let's see. I have this. I could do a little green one. Let's see if I can get that in there. Right like that. Perfect. Oh, he's so cute. There we go. And we will put a little bit of glue on there. This little butterfly punch is so fun because you can do any color. You can, dress them up. I love having that. And we're going to definitely put a little bling on there. So, we're going to go with the silver. And we'll put two little, let's go from this end. Two tiny little pieces. This is great. You get this huge sheet of this at the dollar store. Whether they are adhesive on there or not, I still glue them because I don't want it to come off. So I just put a dab of Fabrifix on there and then just put it on there. How cute. How cute is this? Oh my goodness. So there you have a little spine dangle with journaling space. It could be a tag, it could be a gift tag, it could be whatever you want to use it for. And how cute is that? So let's see if we can make another one really fast here. Let me get a piece of paper. And we can do a square one. Let me grab the thingamabob here. And we'll do 3 inches by, how big can we make this? 4 inches. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to go down a little bit, and we'll go to 2.5. Make a nice size card. There we go. I'm using the grays because of a project, so we'll grab another piece of that. A different shape, but stay in the grays. Let's see, which one do I want? Oh, I kind of like these flowers. Okay, so we're going to go with the flowers, and we start easy. We just put some glue on there. So I hope this project is of interest, and some of you may be excited about that. And there's so many different ways you can use these, of course, and you can make them as big as you want, as small as you want. You know, it's creator's choice. And have fun with them, because dig out all your little beads and little things that you didn't think you'd be using, and you can use those up in your embroidery thread, your yarn. You know, I have a stack of yarn because I will tell you, though, I am starting a crochet channel, be separate from this, but there'll be projects on there that you can use here if you're a crocheter. And if you want to learn how to crochet, I will be doing easy projects. There's only one video up right now because it's brand new, and I'm still working on some videos. So it will get bigger as we go, as will this channel. So, and it is called Capes Crochet Corner. They should be linked on each other, so you should be able to find that with ease. So I hope you check me out there. There's, like I said, one video there, but over the next few days there should be several more. And I'll be working here and there every week. So I hope you enjoy that. I've done some crochet projects on my junk journals, which I really love, and I hope that you can find joy in that as well. Okay, so now, like again, we can put some small holes. Now this time we don't need to go all the way back and forth like this. This one we did a solid line all the way around. Well, this one we can just do, you know, that 1/4 inch stitch. So let's see if we can figure this out. So 1, let's see, 2, I probably need to count them. Just trying to get them about in the same spot. It's hard to see when you can't see underneath there. There we go. And then this way. I have to invent a tool that you can like roll or something. I don't know. Let's see. That one's going to be a little wonky, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Here we go. I'm looking and concentrating, and then I forget to talk to you. You can tell when I'm tired because I slow down. Like I said, my grandkids were here today, so they kept me busy for a little while. Okay, good enough. Now, I think with this one, we'll choose it. different texture. Like now that one I did embroidery thread. I could keep it the same. Maybe I'll keep it the same so I can use these in the same place. So I do have that project I'm working on. So we're going to need a longer piece of string. And, you know, I have tons of this. So what I don't use here, I'm sure I will use in another project. So, and again, I'm going to separate these yarns, these threads, to 3 pieces because I've worked with the 6 of them, and that becomes a problem where like some of the buttons don't fit or the beads don't fit, the needles don't fit. So you have to work with all those things. You know, you don't tend to think about it until you go to put it together, and then your thread's too fat and your needle's too big and your beads are too small and your buttons are too big, and you know, so everything kind of has to, you know, blend. Everything has to jive. So here we go. Now, you could also do beads in between on this, on every piece you put in, but you know, if you're using it inside your journal, you maybe not want to do that because it'll be too bumpy. But on the spine dangles there, you could put anything really and make them as cute as you want to. So always I start at the bottom middle, as close to the middle as you can get, and then just go in and out. And this time we're not going to go around twice, we'll just go around once and keep that stitch like that all the way around. We don't need to do every stitch like the other one. I did that on this circle because I like the way it looks in with the circle. A solid, you know, stitch around. So this one we're going to just go around one time and just having that top stitch. It's just, I like the way that looks. And you can do whichever way you want, and whatever kind of thread you want. Like I said, make it, you know, however you want. Your supplies are different than mine, and it's just the idea that I bring this to you. And that's fun for me, is to bring my ideas to the table so you can make your own. And I really find joy in that, because why, you know, should I have all the fun here? This should be everybody's fun. Everybody who wants to. Now watch me put a knot in that. Okay, so now I need to take the needle off because I did that wrong. I went under instead of over, and then I brought myself into a knot. Let's take that apart. You know, this is what happens in real life, in real crafting. You make mistakes, and usually they're minor and not too hard to fix. So let's grab that one. Of course, I have glue on my finger. There we go. Now, reload, as they say. Okay, regroup. That is the words. I know it's a funny thing. It's that time of year to regroup, as they say, and not to become flustered over the small stuff. You know, it's just a piece of thread. It's really no big deal. So there we go. Carry on. If we didn't have little mistakes, we wouldn't learn much. So it's good. It's good for learning. It's good for patience. It's good for our growth. It's good for our mental mind to do things like this, because we, you know, a lot of us are older that do these crafts, and you know, when I was young, I didn't think about it like I do now. I just did them, you know, and now I think about it differently. It's good for my health, because I'm not mobile, this is good to keep busy and be moving somehow. Now my thread got itself in a knot. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's just stop for a second. I'm sorry that I'm having this yarn issue here. I call everything yarn. I work with the yarn so much. There we go. It just came apart on its own. There we go. That, forgive me when I call thread yarn or yarn thread, or it's just my word process here. Okay, so that is in the back. Now we have one more to come in, and then we'll go back out the one we started in. If I can get this thing over here. Let's see. Why is that catching? You would think this would be like basic kindergarten, but some days I just don't play well. Okay, there we go. And now into the last of it, and take there. We'll take the needle off, and here we go. Now that comes out nicely around. I like the way that looks. Now this time I'm going to start with a button. The last time we started with some beads, some jewelry beads. This time, if I can get the, oh, well, if we're starting with a button, see how my brain goes? We need to do one at a time, because we need to thread our button. I know, it's a funny thing. I had this figured out. I knew what I was going to do, and then when I actually go to do it, I have struggling with the simplest of things. Okay, now we have some buttons on the table. I think I like this one. And let's see, this one, and maybe another one similar, or maybe this one. See, then I don't know what to do. Oh, I like that. And I only put out so many at a time, because if I put out more than that, I would never make a decision. So we're going to start with the dark one, and then we'll put something in between. Let's see here. And that one goes in here. There we go. Oops. Of course, that's not going to play. One more time. I'm sorry, I'm having hand issues today. You know, this, my disability affects my entire body. So some days, you know, I can't control that, but I don't let it stop me. I just keep on keeping on, because we will get this thread on here one way or another. Let's see. I think this thread is a little bit old as well, so it's a little fuzzy, and it gets caught on itself. I think that's part of the problem here, but we're going to make it work. There, finally. Okay, so now the button. Of course, I have to take it on and off the needle so many times, but that's okay. We will conquer. And then again, sometimes you just, you know, have those days. I'm going to trim that, see if that helps. Normally this would go right in. It would take me, you know, less than 5 minutes. And of course, on camera, it's going to take me 20 minutes. There we go. Now, I think what I'll put on here, though, is a charm. Let me grab that. Instead of fiddling with beads that my hands don't want to play with, I think I'm going to add a charm to this. And that would help solve my issues. I have a little heart here. I think that'll work nicely. Now let's see if I can thread this together. Now, go figure, I thread all 6 of them lickety split. Okay, where's my charm? Here we go. Now, I think that looks really cute. Alright, now we're just going to put a knot in it. Come around here. Oh my goodness. And bring this up with your needle so that they stay together. There we go. Then we're going to wrap this between the two. Put a loop on your finger. I can show you. Hope you can see this. And then bring the threads through the loop that are between the two. Put your needle in the loop and then tug. And that will secure them. There we go. And we'll leave a little bit of tail, just because. And there we have it. Now, oh my goodness, all that for 2 minutes. Now, this video should have been short and sweet, but it got to be long. Now you could add to this a little pocket and put a little something in there, but I've been here too long to carry on, so I'm just going to put a picture of some sort on there for you. That's roses. I think, let's see. You know what? I could put just, if this was a different color, but it's not, so that's not going to work. Oh, I could put this. No, too big. See, and then you're like, oh my goodness. That might work. You could put a cluster, you could put a, words, all kinds of things on here. Let's see. I think I want a bird, or birds. I think I'm going to go with this. These are just too pretty. Okay. Do I want a straight cut? No, I want to tear it. There we go. These are just pretty. Give it some color. Give it a little life here. There we go. Apologize for my speed on this. Wasn't my plan, but I wanted to show you these. Like I said, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Well, it's not really a bad thing, but it's having disabilities is an opportunity for things like this, because it can help so many people, letting them know that there's so much they can do. If they're looking for something to do that they can't move around much, you can use your hands and you can sit for a little while. This is great fun. Now how pretty is that? It's just some birds and the flowers. I love it. And we'll do the same thing up top. Put a little clip on there. Let's see where the middle is here. Between these two. Right into that one. So we want to go right about here. Get up close. There we go. And we'll put another clip on there. Let's see which one this time. Maybe we'll go with this one. Same one, I think. And this time, we'll try and give it a tighter squeeze. It'll go on there nice. There we go. That felt better. Still, that one, I don't know if it's that particular one, but here we go. Let me grab a clip. Oh my goodness. Let's grab another one. That's a black. There we go. And then we just put them together. And done. Finally, huh? Oh my goodness. And there we have it. Now, and you know, as much a little decorate, more stitching, less stitching, you have your writing space. It looks great on the back of your journal, on the spine. You can use these, you know, on the side, on the top. Let me grab my book so I can show you. You know, you can pin these to the back of your, you know, on your spine, like we did in the beginning. And they're great spine dangles. You can put them in the front of the book, you know, also. And even on the side, you know, hanging off the side in the front. So any which way you want to use them is great. And I hope I inspired you, not with my slow, yeah, I can't even talk, slowness on this video, but you know, if you got any joy out of that, and I hope I didn't keep you too long, but I thought these were cute and I really wanted to share them. So, and I didn't get to do it over the holiday season, but they're great all year long. So I hope you enjoyed those and have fun making them. Okay, then I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.